Okay, guys, let's start the seminar. Let's see what we can do. Let's see what we can do, and we decided a better time around. So we have 48 hours to decide that. Let's start with the forum. I'm gonna give my short presentation, and then you guys, I'm gonna take you're gonna start asking me questions. I mean, the counts, all the counts today in the morning was on the easiest out days that we have done in the last month. Every count is working as planned. The only one that had changed a little bit after New York was the dollar CAD. Now, let's start with the S&P. As you guys know, that's the bread and butter of the risk trade, and it is bullish. Now, I mentioned on yesterday and last night video, that the S&P, the first leg, didn't make any type of deep correction. You guys remember the old clients, or the one that have been here since November, well, almost everyone, that we were expecting here a deep correction. You guys remember, right? It never happened. It was a straight out. That can be taking place right here. I've been telling you guys that can be the case right here. I told everyone on the video. Now, what implications are? Nothing. It's going to be a straight out, and the risk trade is going to be getting sold little by little. I mean, this can be one, this can be two, this can be ending 1 or 2, and then 1 or 3, and then 4 and higher, instead of the decoration, something like this. That's very possible at this stage. I gotta be honest to you, more possible that this is an area. The reason being is because the RSI has erased of divergence. So technically, all we have right here is a three-way. But when you downgrade the RSI, you're gonna see how this high comes with divergence. And this was a three-way, which is telling me most likely that this is a pair of 1, 2 of an AB. But I see 5 ways here. People don't see that because they don't use the RSI to locate the cycle. Now, with that in mind, and getting back to the higher time frame, I believe that the S&P cash is either doing this. Remember, they never, how do I say, Zach? They never going to make it easy for anybody. That's why it's called trading, because it's not easy. Now, right now, we should be here. Right now, maybe we should be here. And then we should be ending another cycle like this before another bullish breakout. We should be someplace now ending this first leg right here. That's one alternative. Now, the second, why do I prefer that one? I prefer that one because of this. It went to the 618 and there was seller there. And it was reversed. Now it's at the 76.4. But clients, you guys should know this, that in an ABC, the C-way goes to 2 or 3 measures. Those measures are either the 618, the equal, or the 123.6 in extension, which I don't like it, the 1.618. With that being said, if we measure this first leg, the 618 comes at 1254. Having said that, that means that about that 1251, 1254 area, the S&P should become bullish, looking for around 1308, 1330 as a minimum target. So that's the most bullish count. Then we have this one, which is called like this. I'm going to change the structure with the next out day, and then this A is going to come here, and then what we have to the upside is an ABC with another leg to the downside taking place. That's the bearish one. That's the one that is going to make the dollar to a new high. If the S&P keep going higher, the dollar is going to sell. Now, if we use the time Fibonacci ratio, the S&P bounds around the 2.618 area of the distance that I took on the first leg. So I know a time guy, but I have clients that they're very good when it comes to time. And maybe if you're going to get into a second dip right here, this correction is going to get too big, and it's going to look good in my view. It's already big, but that's going to require at least an equal Fibonacci time from here, which at least is going to make this onto the 11th of January. I don't know if that's the case. Did I say that to you, Zach, that day? To create the secondary low and going higher. So those are the two alternatives into the S&P. 1-3, let me check. Yeah, 1-3 can be the case. It's the double the time. Exactly. It's when the time is going to be right there, equal, technically. At January the 3rd, it's going to be this, the time should get equal, including the B wave. Now, if you measure this from this side perspective, let's say that top today, I don't know. Let me get there. Now, these are the two alternatives on the S&P. Now, the dollar CAD is one of my favorite pairs, as you guys know. Why? Because the dollar CAD, I always told everyone, including Zach right there, Isa, all the guys that got close to me, that the dollar CAD always going to show you what the trend is, because the magnitude of the candles. Now, the dollar CAD is about to make a 5-way swing to the downside after a possible another 5-way swing. This is telling me something. If we go, because onto yesterday, onto this morning, technically, I was laboring as A, B, Z, W, A, B, and higher to make a new high. Now, these 5 swings is telling me 2 avenues. First, I got a 5 followed by a 5. I should be then around this low. Then, this is 5 ways here on the dollar CAD. I'm going to get 3 backs and then another putback and another set off in the dollar CAD. If the dollar CAD goes lower, S&P goes higher. Right? So this is telling me that this high is a solid high for a while. Otherwise, he's going to get 2 avenues. Either he's going to do this and this, or either he's going to make something small, make the 7 swing to around, I would say now 101.90 it looks like a good buy. Otherwise, it's going to go to 101.40. Now, what's going to happen is that this is telling me that there won't be any breakup in the dollar in favor of the dollar in the near future. Why? Because this high comes past the 38.02, but it looks like the new low is going to come with divergency, which telling me that we are, like I say, same scenario here. Look, right here, you got the 5 swings that comes with divergency. You see the low right here? Something like that. So, which is telling me that some dollar strength is coming to the market very soon, but it's going to be top with this level right here. In other words, that means that the market won't buy the dollar very strong in the near future. That's what it's telling me, that the highs and the lows that happened on December 14, in this case 129.44 in the euro, they're supposed to be holding that high. That's what this 5-way is telling me. Unless it makes a small correction and lower, unless this is part of the flat, but even being part of the flat, the outside is limit. Because if it's the flat, it should not pass more than 103.70. So technically speaking, the new low in the CAD SAG, that's what it is. It's telling you that the path or less resistant is in favor of the risk trade. You follow me what I mean? Now, because of the 5 swings, unless it makes a small 3 and another 5. Each subdivision looks and labeled good as a 5. I can't believe that I have the long short right here and I close it here. But well, that's the way it is sometimes. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got 3 backs, and then from here, this looks like a 5. So still, let's see if it makes the low. But well, from here, it looks like 1, 2, 1, 2. Let's see if it makes the low. Look, it's giving me divergency on these lows already. So technically, it should be a bounce in favor of the dollar coming in. That's for the CAD. That's the implication of the new low in the CAD. Technically speaking, the new low in the CAD make hard for this, make this scenario to be most likable in some degrees. Maybe the 3 ways back in the CAD is going to make the case for the witness here. That also can be the case. Now, the CAD, let me show you the CAD in the 4 hour. In the 4 hour, the CAD, this is where we are. We are playing the scenario that we can be in a B-way triangle. Now, we have an order for about 2 weeks to serve the CAD right here. Now, what's happening is that you can see it 2 ways. Either this is the B or C, but I doubt it. And then maybe this is W and we are an S already. Now, 5 ways means that after possible 5, we're heading lower. If that's the case, we need to see where we are. We are labeling a CAD like a nest or a B-way triangle. Because, I don't know, Zach, it's because I believe that this is a 5-way swing in the CAD. Look, You give me divergence. No, exactly. That's where I'm going. It's questionable. So it's either a B-way triangle or we are in a scenario of a nest when from the lows we have, this is the low, right? Yeah, that's the low. Yes. From the lows we have 1, 2, 3 swing. So maybe it's a B-way triangle, or maybe this is 1, 2, 1, and then we have A, B. This was a three-way, and maybe we're gonna get a swing out to this level, and then from there, they move on the dollar. Because this went very deep, and the equal legs come around the 97.54 area, which in some degrees still respect the next scenario right here. So that possibility is very tight. The triangle can be in place. So it's either one or the other. Or maybe this is W in three ways, and then this is the 6-1A, and we're going lower to 97.01, which is the 76.4, and then you got W, A, B, and C in S, and we're going higher. It can be one of the three scenarios right there. All right. So that's what I say on the dollar CAD. But these 5 swings, if they get back kind of strong, that's S&P bullish, in my opinion. Because if it's gonna be that this is a correction of this swing, it needs to make a 6 and a 7 swing, and then from there we make a decision where we stand. We need to wait. There is this trend line. I believe that it's gonna be people that do not understand Elliott Wave pretty well, that are gonna be buying here on the trend line, if that's the case, like it always is, around 101.40. That is being my target to the downside for the forever. That's been the target, my target to the downside. So now let's move on to the euro. Still is a toss. Still I see the 5 swings or the 3 swings that I don't like it. So it's a toss. Now the drop from here, I don't know what your opinion is everything by important, which is telling me that one more time, most likely my RSI is proving me right. So, because let me put the candles on it. I say yesterday to many people that this was a 3-way in my book. Remember, Zach? That I say I like it as a 3. Because the RSI. And then what you got, two legs to the 618. Then the euro went back to the 50 back, like we say everywhere last night, that 131 was a sell. And then now it's dropping now corrective. How it dropped, if you take a look at the drop, like in the 5-minute chart, it looks like it did a 5, 3, but this is part of this. If you go small, it goes like this. You got 1, 2, 3 to the 3.236 down there, 4, and a 5. So this is a cycle, and this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is another cycle here. This one went to the 50 back, right there, And then these two legs, I believe, is the 1.236 one to the other, something like that, around the 1.618. Then it retreat. I believe that the 50 back also. You see, a 50 back. And then from there, what it did this leg, let me put the RSI, the leg can be laboring as a 3 again, because 1, 2, 3, and then if this is a 3, and then it did 3 backs, and now it's dropping again. This is a 3-way move recovery. Now, I think that this is too deep to be related to this one. That's why I believe, I saw it, I see it here in one screen, yeah. I believe that from here, which is to 9 low high in London, it did A, B, C, W, S, A, B, C, Y, and I believe that if you take it here, he went against to the 50 back, and it is possible. It is possible. This is a 3, remember? I can count here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 swing. It is possible that from here it goes another 7 more swings, or another swing, or it goes higher, corrective. If it goes higher, then you gotta set it again. But now the risk of the sale is at 31.19. This is corrective. Look, 3 ways here. I mean, I don't see it as a 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 swing. But I mean, either it's gonna, if it drops from here, guys, buy the euro. I mean, even if we don't send the trade, buy the euro against the low. If it drop, I mean, I will. I saw that here this morning. Everybody know that I bought it here yesterday. I put on a line from when the euro reached 131 to wait me out. It was a 4 something in the morning. So technically speaking, it looks corrective. And still, I'm going to say the same thing. Should trade higher. So levels that to watch from the, you got the 78.4 that comes at 130. I believe that sooner or later it's going to get there. And then you got the 618 of the first leg that comes around 130 or 10. And then if this high hold, you have the 129.70, which is the 618 or the equal legs of this one. The euro does a lot of repetitions when it comes to Fibo-wise. So 130, I'm going to be a buyer at 130, at 129.80 or 70 against the low. Now, like I say, this can go higher. This can go higher, a little bit higher, to around 130.79, even 131 again before another round lower. It can be, I don't know, this trend line should hold. That's why this area is pretty good. If it's going to be in the same degree or corrective channel. I mean, that's what I like about the euro. I've been playing the range right there. And now in the 4 hour, no change at all. is either this one with a low in place and it's going to trade higher next week. Somebody asked me yesterday how the euro is going to rally. I don't know. I don't care. The same happened in 2010, 118 to 150 at the same problems that there is in Europe today, at the same problem, the problems that were there at that time. So I'm not a fundamental guy. You know? I mean, if it's going to rally, it's going to rally. They're going to make a rally. Believe me. So I believe that a cycle can be coming to the end right here, but at the same time, it can make, if this cycle in low is in place, we don't know with a lot of confidence in which degrees we are in the euro. It can go to 135 or even 140. I'm the only one in the world that say those words right here. Otherwise, can be this case when the euro is going to have another high. And then the euro, the combination of another low, I'm sorry. The combination of both scenarios can make the euro like this. It can make the euro, everything depends on the S&P, rally in another 3 weeks, because in my view, if this is the one in place, we are correcting the move from 135. So the euro can rally next week to either 132.45, 133.17, and then drop again and make a new low. That's very possible, but if that's the case, I don't like it. I don't like that scenario because it's going to break the downtrend channel right there from the 142 area. And I believe that about this channel is going to be the biggest move to the outside. That's for the euro. Like I promised you guys yesterday on the video, I'm going to say every day about this, because I want you guys to learn Elliott wave. The US dollar is ending 5 swings from the lows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 swings. That this can be B and become the 7 swings do not matter. It's corrective. So it can be ended here already. And then if this whole was a move, then the dollar is going to correct lower. 5 swings with divergency is danger to be in that side of the market. I've been telling you guys. Now, any question? I hope so. Somebody have questions there. The euro pound, that's a good one. The euro pound, like I said yesterday, a cycle is coming to the end. Look, cycle is coming to the end. This is the 8-hour chart. We have divergency. So it's telling me a bounce is around the corner in the euro pound. Meaning, and I don't know if you guys have checked this at any time. This is the euro pound on the weekly. On the daily, I'm sorry. Let me put the weekly. That's the euro pound on the weekly. Right? Let me show you this chart. And this is something, guys, that you only learn here in Elliott Wave Forecast. Don't you guys see that the chart looks more or less the same? Look, this is the euro dollar. Look at the euro pound. Do not look similar, exact? They look very similar. So if you know that this cycle is coming to the end, most likely our 82.74, you gotta be ready for the rally in the euro in some degrees. So I've been telling you, I mean, it's close. That's all I can say. It's close. It's very close, a possible rally. Euro Aussie, 1 second. It's trusting for the triangle, right? Man, you always put me the tough one. I think it's also coming to the end. I think, do you agree with me? It's coming to the end. End of a huge cycle. That's my friends, Zach. That's why you and me, we are able to see the things on the bigger picture side. Believe it or not. Look, a possible triangle here from the lows 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Possible, who knows what it's doing here. But when you look the thing in perspective, look guys, this is a cycle that started on 2008, a very well-defined Elliott wave cycle, which go from 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, perfect to the 2618 of the first leg. Right here, this one is 2618, perfect there. This is on the weekly candles. 3802, 23 seconds, sorry. I believe phi equals 1. And then they don't say that this is manipulation. Phi equals 1. Exact. That's a perfect. That's a textbook. Yeah. That's DV theory. I mean, this is 5 ways textbook because he said the house is going to crash. And then right here you have a possible triangle wave 4. I don't know, Zach. Possible triangle wave 4. And then you have 3 ways. Not yet. Now, it makes phi equals 1 in this one. You got to play phi equals 1 here, from here. So it's possible. It got a lot of leg to the downside yet. I mean, but I believe it can go lower. 124 can be interesting. 118 and even 114. So not yet on the Euro Aussie. That's what I say, Zach. Not yet. But it's going to happen eventually. The euro is going to be stronger than the Aussie. That's not good for Aussie. And you know why? Still, I keep the same chart right here when it comes to Aussie. Now that you ask, because you know me, sir, for years already, and stubborn. I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I believe that Aussie is going to have another high. And to prove me wrong. And to prove me wrong, that's my preferred path in the Aussie. Maybe it's prove me wrong someday. And then I'm going to change it. And then I have to figure it out that this wasn't a 5, that this was a 3. But so far, that's what I like. High here. Maybe this was a 3, and that way is done. maybe. Any question, guys, about any pair? So I don't say that it's going to happen today, but the euro pound, the euro also takes a little longer. But the euro pound, because the euro also is that, guess what? Should happen when the euro find 114. You follow me? That's a tough one. I gotta work in that chart, the euro CAD. I saw someone that have a triangle here in this consolidation. I don't know how, because this high is bigger than this one. 1, 2, 3, 3 ways from the lows, 3 ways back, and then A, B, C, another 3 ways. Look at the other side. 3 here, 3 here, 3 here. So maybe it's correcting this whole move. I gotta work in this count. I'm gonna do it later. I was thinking to do it later. The count is probably wrong. Even though not the daily, because I have it like it's correcting the whole cycle. That's what is W here and S right here. And S. I'm having like it's correcting this cycle. I got 3 ways here, very clear. This move is a 3. And then this move looks like another 3 here. And then maybe this is 3. That's true. And then maybe we're going to head lower in this pair to around 131.46, which is the 618, the 76.4 of this cycle. I got a lot of divergency in this move right here. So I'm expecting at any moment a bounce there. I can see it clear. This is on the daily chart, but still no divergency in the move. But this one didn't make divergency either. Yeah, this one made divergency. So it looks like it was 1, 2, 1, 2, and then we're gonna get a bounce and another low possible before higher. Any other pair, guys? Okay, let me give you the round trip, like I call it in gold. You like gold, right? That's good. I trade gold too a lot, sometimes. For me, this is an RSI believer. No divergency on the high. So from here, I see the high is the high. So for me, answer, that's a 3-way move. So for me, we are, you wasn't a member, but you wasn't a member of the service at that time, but we called this high like by 2 pick. You remember, Zach? We say it's gonna top at 1917, 1914 area. The cycle's ending there, and that's what happened. Now, for me, I believe that the reason why it topped right there, it was because 5 was equals 1 right here. Look, something like that. Let me see. It was well defined. Yeah, I remember now. Look, that's why it topped right there. Let me show you this. The count runs like this. In the middle, with separation, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is a cycle. And then you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you measure 1, 2, 3, the 5 counts at the 618. That's what I said, that's going to end a cycle there. So technically speaking, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, you put the channel here, put the channel here. He's at the channel, but the cycle comes right here. Now, it's a three-way, but the issue is that the first leg down is a three-way also. You follow me? The first leg down is a three-way also, which is telling me downgrading now. Let's go to the daily. That's what you want. Here we go. We know that this is 3 already. Now, on the RSI, you see that the drop is in 3, A, B, C. Then you got 3 backs. Guess what? This low, unless this is going to make a triangle, this low is going to be broken. You respect the trend line here. I don't know if you wasn't a member of the service, but we call this short right here, like by the peak right there. Now, ideally, he's going to take to go to 1420 area, which is the equal legs from the top. That's ideally. Now, all you got right now, look, it's a three-way here, and you have another three-way here. Still, he can make, look, so you see how it works. The low that we have last week at 1563 is the 618 of the first leg. Usually that's a measure for the C way also of a triangle. Maybe we have A, B, C, right? And then we got A, B, C. It's going to go here and here. If you see that he goes here, sell it against the high and then buy here for the, it's possible a final, it's possible a triangle. This is a 10-minute move to a huge, huge rally. Now, for 8 hour, now that you know where we are, there is 2 ways to look at it. We got 1, 2, 3. I love the 8-hour charts. As you guys know, it's my birthday, and also it's a Fibonacci number. 1, 2, 3. This is A, B, and then this was a 3. This needs to be a 3. Then you have A, B, C, a B, and then you need 5 ways from here. If you notice, this is the 618 to the peak of the first leg. I was tired, and then I don't think that the next decline is going to take it to 1414, maybe 1500. But there is another count, which is this one. DB is the one that comes with this one. It's pretty nice. We got A, and then we have a B way that comes as a triangle. A, B, C, D, E. If this count is correct, we got A, B in the triangle, and then we have already A. We're going to recover bigger here to the trend line right here, and the 76.4 of the previous move that comes at the trend line at 1700. And then from there, it's going to make the C way to the downside to the equal legs. I mean, that count is very nice. You see, if it goes from here, but eventually it's corrected to the downside and should make another low unless it's a triangle. If it's a triangle, this is the lowest that you're going to see go for the next 4 or 5 months. Any question answer about gold? So that's what I like in gold, to be honest with you. Any other pair of guys that you guys want to ask? Exactly. Because if it's a triangle, what's going to happen is that he cement this low, and then he's going to bounce to 17, and then he's going to test someone around 1500. And then from there, he's going to trust. Now, I've been saying everywhere for a while that gold is going to reach 2200. Let's see if I came out to be correct. Because by the repetition, if he's topping, he's been topping at the 618 in every leg. Look, you see 618 of 1-3, 618 of 1-3. You see it, right? Now I'm expecting 618 or 1-3. Let's say that this is a triangle. Now the 618 or 1-3 comes at 2300 as of right now. If it goes to the 1400 area, which is the equal legs, 14.4, then it's 1200. That's why you see the label right there. That's a great rally, Zach. You should buy, my friend. That's a great rally in gold. We're talking about almost $700 in gold right there. Did I ever tell you guys that around here, 2005, yeah, the gold, no, it was here. Around here, the gold in 2006, 2007, I bought almost $100,000 of real gold. And I hoarded for a while. And the thing is that everyone's been waiting for gold to top. And I got scared, I gotta be honest with you guys, around here, and I sold it. You realize that? And I make a tiny profit on it. Not even 15%. I should have been easily $2 million right there. Every time that I see that charge, I want to cry. I keep the receipt and everything, so. But it should reach 20. Yeah, I keep the receipts so torture. I told my daughters in the future, look, the best investment. Yeah, man. Gustavo, when you pass by my house one day, I'm going to show you the receipt so you see it. Reminds me. Unbelievable. So I think that 2200 is on the card for gold. Any other question, guys? I would be a buyer if it goes to 1420. The RSI has dropped a lot. On the weekly, look, it has dropped a lot. Any other question, guys? All right, answer. Okay, guys, any other question? Another thing I wanted to mention to you guys, and Zach, look, this makes a lot of sense. Is cable. Believe it or not, cable looks like, look, this is a low, right? You got 1, 2, 3, possible 4, and 5. One swing. 3 backs. And then you have 1, 2, another 1, another 2. Now, if you take a look in cable, you take this fibble, the high here is the 2618. So it can be the case that we have an internal cycle here. And then this is calling for, what is calling that? This is calling for more outside in this pair, unless it's going to drop in 3 ways. And then that this is going to be a 3. But still, if you take a look, technically, the cycle that we should be is this one here, coming from this low. That's why you see that he's been humbling around the 3802 there. This is a good trade for the people that love cable. If you buy here, you put your stop at 56, and if it's going to keep going higher, that can get a lot of higher with a minimum stop right there. It's right there on the channel. That's dollar bullish, bearish. That's what I've been, in some degrees, entertaining the idea of a bullish risk, because that's a clear structure until it's negated here. That's a very nice 5-way move in the making. Look, the high is the high. So far it's a 3. But well, to get to 5, you need to pass by 3, right? Okay, guys, any other question? Any pairs that you want, any of them? Okay, if there is no more question, leave it there. I'm going to be out for the next 3 or 4 hours. I'll be back and do that day later on. DV is going to take over the room if there's any question or anything like that. Thank you, guys.